Today in class we talked about the product of primes, and I mentioned that another way you can think about those are the factor trees like we did in class. So I'm going to review how to do a factor tree so that you know when you get to your problems in math. So if your homework said to write 640 as a product of primes, then you can remember that means, oh yeah, we're going to make a factor tree like we did in class. So you start off by putting 640 at the top. And then you make this little symbol like this. And you think of two numbers when multiplied together equals 640. They can be anything at all. You could do something like 2 times 320, because when you multiply that together it equals 640. Or you could do 10 times 64. It can be any combination that you see that as long as when you multiply them together, they equal 640. So I'm going to do 10 times 64, but yours could look different. Neither the 10 nor the 64 are a prime number. Remember that prime numbers only have two factors, like we talked about in class. So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. So we have to keep going because we keep going until we get to a prime number. So let's take 10 and we'll branch that one out. Think of two numbers when multiplied together equal 10. That would be 2 times 5. And if we look, 2 and 5 are both prime numbers. When you get to a prime number, you circle it. Now we have 64 and we need to branch that out. The thing I think of when I think of 64 is 8 times 8. So we'll do 8 times 8. You could do 2 times 32 because that equals 64. You could do anything that equals 64, but we're going to do 8 times 8. If you do choose something differently, you'll find out, like we found out in class, that the prime numbers at the end all are the same. So here we're going to do our 8s, and we're going to do 2 times 4. I guess 2 times 4 equals 8. And again, we see a prime number, so we'll circle it. Remember that 2 is the only even prime number. All the other even numbers can't be prime because you can divide them by 2. The next one, we're going to see 4. 4 would turn into 2 times 2. And you find out that you're at the end because these are all prime numbers. Once you get to the end where the end numbers are all circled, that they're all prime, then you're going to write them starting with the lowest number. We have all 2's except for this 5. So we're going to write the 2's down first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 2's. So we're going to write 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 7 times. Now we can't forget about this 5. We're going to multiply the 5 at the end. So 640, when written as a product of prime numbers, is this. And if you went ahead and that would be your answer on your page. And if you went ahead and multiplied that out, you would find that that equals 640. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64, times 2 is 128, times 5 is 640. So that's how you get that. That's what a factor tree is.